Welcome back to Wrestling Report. On today's news we have, is Roman Reigns way more influential than CM Punk? Wrestlers did not get a warning from WWE before they were released. Will we have a Rock vs Roman Reigns match soon? And at least 10 more wrestlers could be released soon by WWE. Is Roman Reigns way more influential than CM Punk? On a recent edition of Keepin' at 100, former WCW star Conan addressed a Twitter question asking if CM Punk was more influential than Roman Reigns in 2021. AEW president Tony Khan has cited Bryan Danielson and CM Punk as big parts to why AEW has been doing good business and breaking previous records these past few months. WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns has taken shots at Punk in a few interviews that he has done. These comments create huge interactions on social media. Punk's return to pro wrestling at the United Center was a huge moment. However, other fans believe that Reigns' current Universal title reign has overshadowed that. Conan discussed who is more influential to the business, Reigns or Punk. "I think that for one night or 1 month, CM Punk was," Conan said. For the whole year, what Roman has been able to do, increase ratings, increase buzz, maintain a great storyline for over a year with different guys, get an aura about him that only The Rock's probably gonna defeat. I think he's been way more influential. Wrestlers did not get a warning from WWE before they were released. On today's Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer discussed the recent talent cuts and how some were let go because they were not vaccinated. The New York Post reported that Nia Jax was among those let go because she was not vaccinated. Jax later stated on Instagram that she was never given an option to get vaccinated and she had recently asked for more time off because she was on a mental health break. Everybody was told it was budgetary reasons, Meltzer said. He added that people on the roster who were not vaccinated were not told that their vaccination status played a part in their release. So on the vax story, there were several of the people, I don't know the names specifically, it was not everyone, but it was probably a half dozen or more that did not get vaxxed that were cut, and it was very much a part of the reason. The thing is, and I know this from a couple of different people because I asked, were you told that if you don't get vaxxed that you were in trouble? They never told anyone to get vaccinated, as far as I know, or threatened or told you have to. Because I know I asked, were you told that you needed to get vaccinated? And it was like, no. It was understood they wanted you to, but nobody was told. If the idea was like we're gonna cut people who don't get vaccinated, I think that they should tell people ahead of time, and maybe there's legal reasons why they don't as far as lawsuits or something. Meltzer said that some of the unvaccinated people took the place of some of the names that were going to get cut and still may get cut in the near future. As noted earlier, there are approximately 10 more names that could be released soon because they were in consideration to be cut this past week. Will we have a Rock vs Roman Reigns match soon? There have been several reports about how WWE wants to book The Rock vs Roman Reigns at an upcoming WrestleMania event. WWE has discussed in the past about having the match take place at WrestleMania 38 in Dallas, Texas next year, while other reports have said the match could go down at WrestleMania 39 in Los Angeles, California in 2023. It all comes down to The Rock's availability due to his busy Hollywood schedule. The belief now is Reigns will face Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 38, as that is the second biggest match the company can book right now. They just worked Crown Jewel last month, with Lesnar later being suspended in storyline. The expectation is he will return next year to set up the next match at WrestleMania 38. In an interview with Andrew Freund of Dish Nation to promote his Red Notice film, the former WWE champion talked about this. "Andrew, you've known me for a very long time, I can tell you that there is no truth to that right now. Possibly down the road, we will see. We stay very close, myself and Roman Reigns. I'm very happy, very proud for the work that he's doing, as well as the Usos, my other family members. Those guys will continue to do what they're doing, and we'll see down the road." At least 10 more wrestlers who could be released soon by WWE. During Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez talked about the recent WWE releases. Meltzer discussed how the company is moving in a different direction with younger talent, and that is why they are cutting so much of the veteran talent. Meltzer also stated that there were about 10 names who were considered to be cut this week, but they were saved, at least for now, but they are considered to be on the bubble, so they could be released soon. Of all the people that were cut, there were probably about 10 others that were in strong discussion about being cut, Meltzer said. Pretty much everyone that was not being used well was on the bubble, and they were considering cutting. I'm gonna guess when I saw the list of the people that were originally looking at being cut but were not, that a lot of those people I can see them being cut. Essentially everyone at NXT that's a veteran that you don't see on TV. All of those guys. Again, they are trying to get younger. Meltzer continued, before, the idea was that NXT was gonna be this touring brand and they were looking for guys that could be really good workers to have really good road shows, and now that is not the idea. The idea is to get young guys in there. Ciampa and a few others might be safe just because they're kind of legacy stars and you still want them on television just to kind of ease the transition. Although eventually with the direction they're going, Ciampa doesn't fit. They may keep him, but a lot of the other ones like Danny Burch or Timothy Thatcher, those kind of guys. I'm not saying going to be cut, but they are on the bubble. Their names were definitely considered also. Everyone in their 30s that's not on TV right now was in a discussion of who let go. Meltzer also mentioned that Johnny Gargano's contract is up in a few weeks. He wrestled a dark match against Kyle O'Reilly before SmackDown on Friday. O'Reilly's contract is also up soon.